none of
that on
those
purpose.
receivers would be where they are if it wasn't for the most important position in football, and that is the quarterback position. With that being said, Dad, why don't you
Yeah.
start us off with your top five
Oh, here we go.
quarterbacks of all time?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you
Let me get my
if you have a
Google out
seat
to
belt,
Google some of these names. Let me get
let's
let me get Google ready.
Mickey,
It'll
you
be like
got
it'll
it.
be like Bertho,
Oh, here we go. Here we
Me,
go.
both of you.
Humberto.
Both of you.
I've
By
been
the
waiting
way,
for this moment.
I've been waiting for this moment for the longest time.
I'm sure you have. Yeah. Oh gosh,
Okay, I've been
that's
waiting
a
for
pretty
a
long
long time
time.
because it validates my history with football over someone picking Tyreek Hill over Jerry Rice. I don't even talk about that. But anyway, my top
He's
five.
top 10.
Really, clearly, I'm not going to go anywhere over the GOAT. The GOAT, TB. Nothing. Enough can be said. I'm not going to
Okay.
go past the GOAT. He's number one for all the right reasons and everything in between. He's number one. My number two, and that was hard, but number two, I just think he's just that good. I think Mahomes is my number two right now. I've seen enough against everyone else. I think he's my number two. My number three is Miami's own Dan Marino.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Dan Marino is my number three. Yeah.
I'm
Wow.
suffering right now. Like this is
Dan
hard.
Marino is my number three at
This is
quarterback.
cringeworthy.
Love it, leave
This is
it.
so
I don't care
cringeworthy.
what you say. I don't care. I
Okay.
don't care what either one of you say.
Fine.
Minky,
From
your
Pitt,
bed. Okay.
Dan Marino.
Minky,
Let's go.
my number four. My number four from Philadelphia. Donovan. No, I'm just joking.
Oh, I was about to
I
say,
was like, don't.
you're another Syracuse guy, by the way. Here we go.
You know, I was going to say Donovan McNabb. I'm not going to say Donovan McNabb at my number four. My number four is Doug Williams. That's my number four. I'm going on what I like. My
I
all-time
hope so. Yeah, this is
right. I
this
got
is
Doug
clearly what
Marino
you like.
at number five was a toss-up between two guys that I think, I love and admire. And it's a toss-up between Warren Moon and Johnny Unitas. And I had to take Warren Moon. I took, even though I love Johnny you just don't know how good this guy was. You just do not know how good, because you guys are like, hey, Dad, the TV's in black and white. Well, yeah, okay, that's the way it is. It's in black and white. What are you going to do about it? You still have to play the game. And Johnny Unitas played the game. Though it was in color, he could play it in black and white. And that's how he did. But Warren Moon, for everything that he went through to become and to be who he was, to go the route that he had to go, and that includes Doug Williams also, the route that to go to be that good, to get that jacket on, to put that jacket on, for everything that had to go through, they are my three and my five. I have Warren Moon as my five. So if I had to repeat it again, we're going to start. And I left off Brett Favre. Yes, I left him off. I did. I left him off. And there are reasons why I left him off. I left Peyton. I left Peyton off.
Okay,
because
that's fine.
I left Peyton off because I thought Doug, in terms of Peyton as a quarterback, I can't argue about how good he was. But we're talking about, I don't think Peyton Manning is a generational quarterback. I never thought he was. No.
Oh,
he's not. Not to me.
Wow.
He's not. No,
that.
He's not.
That. Oh, I'm about to go in.
72,000 yards. 72,000 yards.
Dad. What do you call a generational quarterback? Oh, son. A generation.
540 touchdowns.
Wait,
540 touchdowns.
Dad. Generational quarterback. Can he run? No.
Okay.
Tom Brady couldn't run either.
Oh, right. No. Let me know when you're done with your list, please. I can't.
Okay. That's my list. Do you want me to repeat it? Because I left off people I really love.
No. Don't include any other. Just repeat your list.
Tom Brady.
Okay.
Tom Brady. We got that?
Okay.
I left off Troy Aikman too, but because I love Troy.
No. Not where you left off. I want you to the people. It's your five.
Okay. Tom Brady.
Yeah.
My number two was who was my number two, Michael?
Oh
Oh,
my God, senior moment,
right.
real.
Senior moment. All right. Tom Brady, Dan Marino.
You said
Uh,
Carson Palmer.
Damn, we know.
I didn't. I said Doug Williams, Doug Williams,
Said George
Doug
Palmer.
Williams. Okay, Doug Williams, and of course Warren Moon. That's
Okay.
it. I'm not
Let's take a
backing
deep breath
tracking.
for a
I'm
second.
going backwards.
All right. All right. So
Slinging Sammy Ball.
the
Sammy Ball.
the
Roger Staubach.
the opinions expressed on this show by my father do not reflect
Bruce
his
Gannon.
two
Bruce
sons.
Gannon. Wyatt
Uh,
Tittle.
oh yes, it's getting good now. All right. So Mike, can I go now, Mike? I mean, I've contained
Done.
myself. I didn't outburst. You done, Pop?
You did too.
All right. All right. Okay. Here we go. Did you have your Metamucil? Check. All right.
Wow.
First on that list.
Oh, you went there.
First on that
Are
list.
you going there? Huh?
First on that list, without any doubt, is Tom Terrific. Tom Terrific is, I mean, what can you say? The guy had not one, not two, but 3 stints and 3 separate careers in one career. You can even argue that his limited time in Tampa Bay was impressive. I just can't take anything from him. Aside from the 2 losses to Eli and the 1 loss to a quarterback who we'll never talk to from Philadelphia, you know what? Tom was absolutely perfect. I don't care. You can call him a system quarterback, but I can argue that, you know what? Aside from Randy Moss, he's never had a wide receiver that we will ever consider to be part of the top 5 or top 10 or even top 15 rankings. Okay. Tom Brady is my number 1, unequivocally, without any doubt. Number 2 on that list, I am going to go with Joe Montana. Joe Montana arguably was Tom Brady before Tom Brady, because Joe Montana was the gold standard of quarterbacking before Tom Brady was Tom Brady. And the reason why is because Joe Montana, there's something about going 5-0 in the Super Bowl, orchestrating some of the greatest offensive shows we've ever seen in playoff, and undeniably calling his shots and winning them in the Super Bowl. And Joe Montana never failed in the big games. All right. And it was so good that he left a legacy because the quarterback behind him was equally good when we thought he was abysmal. Because if you know anything about Steve Young was played in Tampa. Steve Young got to San Fran, learned under Joe Montana, and all of a sudden became a winning. I don't care. You know what? Osmosis, call it. He sat next to the guy. He picked up something. Okay, number 3, I'm going with. This is hard, but I'm going to put him up there. I'm going with Pat Mahomes. At number 3, I know his career is not over.
I did too.
But Pat Mahomes, if Pat Mahomes' career ended today, Pat Mahomes would be the 3rd best quarterback to ever grace the football field, in my opinion. It's undeniable. Pat Mahomes has basically proved to us that it is possible to throw in any situation, in any direction, in any position on the football field. It doesn't matter who you give him. Pat Mahomes orchestrates flawless offenses all the time. And there is no quarterback in today's football that I'd want to face in a game situation or give him the ball and watch him be down by 5 or less. That's Pat Mahomes. Number 4, I'm going with Peyton Manning. I am not taking away from anything from Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning was an absolute beast. The only thing stopping Peyton Manning from being number 1 on the list was the guy that was number 1 on the list, and that's Tom Brady. If you'd have taken Tom Brady out, Peyton Manning would have been Peyton Manning. Arguably, you can make the argument that Tom Brady and Peyton Manning have one thing in common, and that is that they both proved that they're winners because they won with their original team, and they went to another team and took that team to the Super Bowl and won too. Because Peyton did it. Peyton did it with Denver, and Tom Brady did it with, you know what, with Tampa Bay. Number 5 is where it gets. Number 5 is where it gets kind of spicy. And the reason why it gets kind of spicy is because, you know what? But I'm going to give him his just due, because the guy was just tough as nails, and that was John Elway, man. If you watch John Elway's Super Bowl performances, John Elway sacrificed life, limb, and health to make sure that he willed his team to victories. Early on in his career, John Elway had a rocket arm. The guy has two Super Bowl victories. He's been an MVP. He's been an all-time great, an all-time legend, and he basically did it all by playing with one team his whole entire career. He got us believing. He brought us names like Shannon Sharp. He got us believing that Ed McCaffrey and Rod Smith were amazing wide receivers.
Did he say John Elway?
I did say John Elway. Yes,
John Elway. Wow.
So if you want my list, hold on. What's up?
Yeah. Go. Say your list again.
You want my list? I'll give you my list again. Tom Brady, number 1. Joe Montana, number 2. Pat Mahomes, number 3. Number 4, I had, oh gosh, I just forgot. Senior moment again. Look at that. Senior moment.
How about
that? Peyton Manning. And number 5, I had John Elway.
Let me tell you how bad John Elway was.
I'm listening.
Yeah, why don't you tell him, Michael? Tell him.
Okay.
Tell him.
John Elway with a 56% completion rate for his career.
Oh,
he threw 300 touchdowns and 226 interceptions. he almost threw as many interceptions.
So what you're telling me is
every time he stepped on the field, the defense knew there's like, yo, let's make a party. Who's gonna catch the first and second one he's gonna throw? He's throwing 2 touchdowns. He's throwing 2 picks each game, guaranteed.
Did the guy win?
Okay, he
I have Doug Williams over John Elway. Wait, I have Doug Williams over John Elway because Doug threw for 17,000 yards.
Listen,
17,000 yards.
Warren Moon over John Elway, Matt Ryan over John Elway, Phillip Rivers over John Elway, Ben Roethlisberger over John Elway.
Did they win?
Williams was Super Bowl MVP.
With the exception of Doug Williams, did the rest of those guys win?
You know what, Jonathan?
We watched John Elway. We watched John Elway in 1986 go against my football Giants, lose the Super Bowl, and he came back eventually and won not one but 2 of them.
You squeezed in the word eventually, but you're missing like 5 years after.
You know what? There is something about the guy that basically loses it, comes back to it, and eventually wins not 1 but 2. I'm not going to take that away from him. Typically, I've seen guys make it and never make it again. That guy is not one of those guys.
You know, Dan Marino made it.
Dan Marino made it. Did Dan Marino win it again? No, he didn't.
I used to have a lot more respect for your sports takes.
I will. You know what?
Michael, it's that E thing. It's that E thing.
You know what? Pardon me, mister. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and put, Sandy Koufax on my top 10. Next.
What? Don't do that. Don't talk about Koufax. Don't talk about Koufax.
Number 1, TB12.
Okay.
That's a no-brainer.
That's a no-brainer.
Number 2, how dare you to not even have this guy on your list? How dare you put John Elway as a top 5, and you forget about my number 2, still could be arguably number 1 if we're talking about a quarterback, Aaron bleeping Rodgers.
I will spit on you.
Oh,
Stop it.
What?
Stop it.
Michael, let that go. Michael, let that go.
He's a 4-time MVP. He's a 4-time league MVP.
You're just jealous of the
world champion. You said Dan Marino. Dan Marino never won. Dan Marino never won.
I didn't have Dan Marino in my top 5.
Daddy had Dan Marino.
That's
Dan Marino. Come on, it's Dan Marino.
No, let that
Lace
go.
It out. Lace it out. Lace it out
go.
next time.
Aaron Rodgers is a top 5 quarterback of all time.
Wow.
Aaron Rodgers has 503 touchdown passes, only 116 interceptions. Everybody you named has twice as more interceptions. Aaron Rodgers has 2 times he finished with a 70% completion rate. He only threw for double-digit picks 4 times out of his 20 years. 4 times double digits. He has 40 plus touchdown passes thrown 4 times. None of your quarterbacks can compare those types of stats or are a 4-time league MVP. And he won it. He has the Super Bowl. He has the Super Bowl MVP.
And he
10-time
has
Pro
the
Bowl,
Super Bowl, and he
4-time
has
All-Pro.
so he won the Super Bowl first, but then lost the second one, right?
Who
Michael?
cares? Did he
Michael?
win? Did he win?
Hello?
I'm just asking.
Hello?
I'm just asking. And you know
Dan
what? Those last few years
Dan
with the Jets,
Marino has
holy cow.
61,000 yards career passing. 61,000. Not 20.
Aaron
Wait,
Rodgers has
Dan Marino,
62,900.
61. Dan Marino
And
has
he's still playing.
61,000 with one team. One team, 61,000 yards.
Yeah,
Dan
Aaron Rodgers
Marino,
on
in the
team-
time,
team
let's
three
look
right now?
at these
Team
numbers
three?
by Dan Marino. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Matter of
5.
fact-
5
Matter of
years.
fact, I think Aaron Rodgers was on our just leave list because it's time for him
Dan
to just
Marino,
leave.
250.
You guys are thinking about 2 years with the Jets.
I don't
I'm
care.
thinking
Then guess
about
what?
17 years with Green
Listen,
Bay.
You know what?
He'll
Wait,
forever
listen,
be
it's
Green
time-
Bay's best quarterback. Not
it's
Brett
Dan Marino,
time-
Favre. It's Aaron Rodgers.
420 tutties. 420
I
tutties.
can't
Dan
believe you
Marino.
guys didn't put Aaron Rodgers. John Elway.
What
Okay,
list
Dad,
do you
John
want me to
Elway
put
over
him
Aaron
on?
Rodgers?
What list?
Dad, John Elway over Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, I would take John
Yeah.
Elway over Aaron Rodgers.
Dad,
I
John
think
Elway
Elway
over Aaron
over Aaron
Rodgers?
I would
Yeah, I'll
take
take
Elway
it.
over
You
Aaron
guys are
Rodgers.
I think Aaron
I would.
I think
You guys
You
are
know what?
crazy.
You know,
Elway-
you know,
You
what-
guys
you know
are
what I count on
crazy.
Elway. You know what I count on Elway to do? Win.
You know what I count Elway to do?
What?
Sacrifice his body to win.
All the time.
You guys
All the
are.
time.
You
I'm
guys
not like
are.
I'm
you
putting
guys-
John Elway. I'm telling you, I hated the guy's guts. You watch that Super Bowl run. Elway sacrificed every aspect of his body to win.
Who was John?
That
Who was John Elway's running back?
Terrell Davis,
Who was his tight end?
Shannon Sharp.
Who was his receiver?
He had Rod Smith and Ed McCaffrey.
So stop it. And he only threw for 56%
Wait,
completion rate.
we're talking about Rod Smith and Ed McCaffrey?
Ed McCaffrey was good, and Rod
Wait a
Smith was
second.
great.
He
Don't
was
do
a
that.
legend for the Giants.
Giants.
Stop it.
Ed McCaffrey
No.
played
Stop.
a great role on that
Because he
team.
had a
He
quarterback
made
that
Christian
was-
McCaffrey. And McCaffrey made Christian McCaffrey.
Look, I'm not going to take
I
anything
know.
away from him. But you know what? If I said, Mike, give me your top 40 receivers, Ed's not on that list.
No.
Ed
exactly.
McCaffrey made
But that
Christian
doesn't-
But
neither-
in that
neither is
stretch,
Rod-
in that
neither is Rod
stretch,
Smith.
in that stretch with the Broncos, he was good.
He also
never
had
thought he
John
was bad. I
Elway
liked
throwing
Ed
the
McCaffrey when he
ball.
was
Okay.
playing.
On your top 40 receivers, are you going to have Julian Edelman?
No,
Yeah, I would actually.
I'm
No,
not.
you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
I'm
No,
not.
you wouldn't.
No,
No,
I
you
wouldn't.
wouldn't, Jonathan.
I
No,
would-
you
I would-
wouldn't. He was good on that team. He was a walk-on number one, and he was only good with
Yo,
TB12. That was it.
Edelman, you can say whatever you want, but Edelman hurt teams, man. Hurt them. He hurt
Because he had
people.
a quarterback.
Wait a second.
So why didn't he get drafted? Why did he have to be a walk-on?
That catch that he made against
He
Atlanta
was 5'6",
in the Super Bowl,
5'7".
that catch he made against Atlanta in the Super Bowl is going to go down as one of the greatest plays in Super Bowl history.
Okay, but
Okay.
he's not on
No,
your.
I'm not-
then why isn't he
I'm
on
not-
your top five? Why isn't he on your top five?
I can name guys. I can name his guys that are equally as good. Hell, I could say with the Giants, what was his name?
Steve Smith Sr.
Phil McConkey could have been could have been easily Julia Edelman. Phil McConkey, like Phil, you don't even know who that is. Phil McConkey could have been like that slot receiver if Parcells. Listen, you want to feature a guy? Come on, he could. Yeah, he
Okay.
Welker.
Back to what I was saying.
Yeah.
Shame on you two for leaving Aaron Rodgers out of your top five. You guys
shame on you for
are
putting
no. Your
Aaron Rodgers
long-term
in the top
memory.
five.
Your long-term memory is shot.
Mm.
You guys only thinking about the last 2 years.
Okay.
I'm
You
not
guys only
thinking about the last 2 years.
But Aaron
I said
Rodgers has
Dan
been a
Marino.
problem in this league. Okay. Number 3, I got Pat Mahomes. Like Johnny said,
Wait.
You
So
got
you went
Aaron
Tom
Rodgers
Brady,
over Pat
Aaron
Mahomes,
Rodgers,
and you
Pat
want me
Mahomes?
to take you
Tom
seriously.
Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Pat Mahomes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm not putting Aaron Rodgers
Wow.
above Pat Mahomes next.
Okay.
Not
Next
okay.
question.
Okay. 4-time
Next.
MVP. Okay. Pat
Next.
Mahomes, number 3. Number 4, I got Peyton Manning.
Okay.
Other than the
Okay.
2011 year, he never missed a game.
By the way, he's
He had the neck injury.
Peyton Manning, Mr. Regular Season, because that's what he is, Mr. Regular Season.
Call him whatever you want.
I call him whatever. He's got two Super Bowl. He's got 2 Super Bowl rings.
Okay, so he's Mr. Regular Season.
More appearances.
Yeah. And number 5, I got Drew Brees.
What?
All right. Well, you know what?
Drew Brees.
I'm going to be honest with you. You know what? Aside from one of your picks, which is Aaron Rodgers, right? Drew Brees was on the cusp. The only reason why truth be told, the only reason why I put John Elway ahead of Drew Brees, the only reason why is because John Elway had 3 Super Bowl appearances and 2 Super Bowl victories. Wow. But the truth of the matter is that Drew Brees balled out, man. Drew Brees
was a baller
with both teams. They drafted Phillip Rivers. I get it. You got to play Phillip, but Drew still had plenty of gas.
Phillip Rivers could have sat on the bench. He could have sat. You could have waited.
Drew Brees led the league in passing yards. Drew Brees led the league in passing yards 8 times. 7 times. And he led the league in completion percentage 6 times. 70, 68, 71, 72, 74, 74. He was a baller. He was a baller. 80,000 yards. 80,000 yards.
I take issue with the fact that Joe Montana isn't in your top 5. That's incredible. That's incredible. Joe Montana was the premier quarterback of the 80s. There is no doubt in my mind about it. Anything that you said quarterback from 1983 till 1989, you know what? It had Joe Montana's face on it, 100%. You know what? He was the best quarterback in his era. There is no doubt about it. You know what? Number 2, Drew Brees. Was Drew Brees the best? Dan Marino wasn't the best quarterback in his era.
He was.
Joe Montana was.
He maybe had the best record.
Joe Montana was the best quarterback in his era. Like no one. Dan Marino never got his own football game. Joe Montana got his own football game. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, Joe Montana. Like no one goes around and says, hey, that Dan Marino, he was way better than Joe Montana. No,
I beg to differ. I beg to differ. Dan Marino, Joe Montana. That San Francisco 49ers playing in the West Coast back then, there was nobody they played against. That was one of the weakest divisions in football. That's just the bottom line. It was one of the weakest divisions in football. I'm not taking anything away from his play, but we're going to call apples to oranges, and it was not a very potent division.
And the AFC East was
the only game that ever mattered with San Francisco was only one game that ever mattered, and that was beat Dallas.
The only thing Joe Montana did was win 3 Super Bowls. He never led the league in yards. He only led in touchdowns one time. He wasn't flashy. He just won. That was it.
I am not going to. There is no way on God's green earth you're going to convince me that.
If you Joe Montana is one of those guys like the Bill Russells. They're a legend, but they weren't the greatest. Like, let's not
wait. Bill Russell has 11 of them things. Stop it.
Bill Russell's a legend, but he's not a top 10 or top 5 player of all time.
He's not a legend. He is top 5. I want you to stop it and get props because you can't name anything about the NBA and actually know what you're talking about without saying Bill Russell. Player, coach, winner, chicken dinner. That's it. I don't want to talk about it. And Joe Montana,
we're gonna.
Hey, come on, listen. Why are we having it? Why are we having this debate? I like Joe Montana, but he was in a fight to keep his starting job over Steve Young, and he's only got 40 of them things. He only got 40 of them. He only got 40,000 yards passing, and he only has 273 touchdowns.
Only has 40,000.
Hello. Dan Marino has
273 touchdowns, and we're saying he's the GOAT. Stop.
Right.
I am not.
Warren Moon. How many touchdowns does Warren Moon have? 291. 291. Warren Moon.
How many touchdowns does Aaron Rodgers have?
How many touchdowns does Doug Williams have?
You can go ahead and you can use stats to justify your position, but my eyes tell me that, you know what,
Oh,
there was no quarterback during that era that you wanted to see on must-see TV aside from Joe Montana.
Roger Staubach.
Joe Montana, Joe
Roger Staubach.
Montana was must-see TV
Dan Marino.
100% out of 100% of the time. You know, maybe as a B side to Joe Montana, but Joe Montana was the quarterback of that era.
Wait,
And I have
what
a
did
hard
your eyes?
time.
What did your eyes tell you about
Jim
Aaron
Kelly.
Rodgers? What did your eyes tell you
Well,
about Aaron Rodgers?
Here's what my eyes tell me about Aaron Rodgers. My eyes tell me about Aaron Rodgers is that I've seen Aaron Rodgers amass a bunch of empty calorie stats
I'm
that
done.
don't translate.
I'm done.
That
You're
don't.
crazy,
That,
Jonathan.
wait.
You're crazy.
That don't
You're crazy.
translate. That did not translate to, you know what, owning an era of football at all. You know what? I'm not saying he's the guy a duck, but at the end of the day, Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion, isn't better than Drew Brees, number one. And number two, he wasn't better than Peyton Manning. Number three, he wasn't better than Tom Brady. Number four, I would even argue that, you know what, for the majority of Aaron Rodgers' career with Green Bay till he won it, Brett Favre was a better quarterback.
Okay.
Yeah, I
You
would
might
say
have
it.
a point, Michael.
So you know what? So
No, he doesn't have a
You might have a
point. This is
point.
not
on
a
the
point.
tail,
This is a silly point.
and wait.
No,
And then
you
on the
might have
tail
a
end of his
point.
career, and then on the tail end of his career, you know what? Enter Sir Pat Mahomes. So what are we talking about?
Aaron
Like,
Rodgers. Did Aaron Rodgers win an MVP while Patrick Mahomes was a quarterback?
And then, yeah, he did. He actually did.
Thank
Yeah.
you. He actually back to back. Back to back.
Okay. And then guess what? And did any of those teams end up winning it?
You can't do that. So John Elway, like you said, okay, he went 3 times, he won 2. So he's automatically better than Aaron Rodgers after he
No,
threw.
what makes it better is because I've seen John Elway get his clock cleaned. I've seen him get destroyed. I've seen him get beat, brutalized. And you know what? After 1986, he could have ultimately succumbed to basically,
Jonathan,
you know what?
I'm just talking about when we say top 5 quarterbacks. This is what I'm talking. This is why people leave Jalen Hurts out of the top 5, because when you hear quarterback and you think Jalen Hurts, you're like, well, he's not really a thrower of the football. He uses legs. He's 1 yard into the end zone, you know, or he's like, you know, check down passes. He doesn't really throw the ball. He only throws for 2,900 yards a year. That's nothing.
Okay.
I'm thinking of sitting in the pocket, going down your regressions, making a right read, not being careless with the football. That is Aaron Rodgers 100%. 500 plus touchdowns.
How about
only
this, Michael? Who was he
116
throwing the ball to?
interceptions.
Wide receivers.
Jordy Nelson,
Rodgers.
Devontae Adams,
Donald
James
Driver,
Jones,
Ron
Donald
Jones,
Driver,
James
Sterling.
Jones.
No, not Sterling Sharp.
Oh.
He didn't have Sterling Sharp. He didn't have Sterling Sharp.
Oh.
No, he didn't have Sterling
No,
Sharp. That
no.
was Brett Favre.
Daniel Driver.
all
Look
I'm
at
saying
listen
is-
to this list
okay.
of wide receivers.
Donald Driver, okay. Who's Peyton Manning throwing the ball to? Marvin Harrison. Then why does he almost have
Not only
300
that. No,
picks?
wait.
No, he had the best wide. He had the best tight end, by the way. He had a great tight end.
Yeah, he also had
Yeah.
Dallas Clark.
Dallas
And he
Clark.
I'm just
also-
naming.
Wait, he
I'm
also
just,
had Reggie
No.
Wayne. He also had
Okay.
Reggie Wayne as well. Like,
he also had a
that's-
defense. Aaron Rodgers never had a defense. He's always
Okay.
playing
That's not
comeback.
true.
Aaron
He
Rodgers
plays-
owns the
No, he
Jets.
doesn't.
He owns the
By the way,
Vikings.
Aaron
So,
Rodgers.
He
you know
owns
what?
his rivals.
So
By
once
the way,
again,
Aaron Rodgers.
John Elway was the most anticipated quarterback coming out of college ever, in my opinion.
Okay. Did he win a
Number
Super Bowl?
2. Yeah, he did. He won 2.
Okay.
John Elway did.
So because he
Won
doesn't have multiple
Okay.
Super Bowls, he's a failure? What are we
no,
judging this on? Everybody you
makes it-
named has over 100 more interceptions than Aaron Rodgers
makes
and
it-
100
what
less
makes it-
touchdowns.
what makes the other guys better, I didn't call him a failure. What makes the other guys better is that, once again, I pride, if you lose, do you come back and ultimately get to the throne again? The reason why I have Pat Mahomes up there is because I've seen Pat lose and come back and win it again. I've seen Tom Brady lose and win it again. I've seen a Peyton Manning lose and come back and win it again. I've seen John Elway lose the game and come back and win a game. Typically, when you lose a Super Bowl, you usually don't get back to the Super Bowl, statistically
That's
speaking.
LeBron James.
And Aaron Rodgers never lost the Super Bowl.
Aaron Rodgers did lose the Super Bowl.
To who?
I thought he's been to 2 Super
He's
Bowls.
only got one.
He's 1-1. He's 1-1. Never
He's
lost.
only
He
got
doesn't know
one.
what it feels like to lose.
It's even worse. And
That's
you know what? He
not.
lost it before he even attended. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. He's a
This is
bum right
crazy.
now.
Michael,
You know what?
what's
And
Aaron
He's a
Rodgers' record with
bum.
the Jets? What's his record with the Jets?
Who
What's his record with the
cares?
Jets?
He was 40 when he got on the Jets.
hey, just leave. It's time to go.
To leave, dude. Listen, it might be. I'm gonna have to
Joe
go with you
Montana or
guys.
Aaron Rodgers?
It
Joe
might be time
Montana
to
or
go.
Aaron Rodgers?
Who? Joe Montana or Aaron Rodgers? Joe Montana.
Joe,
Thank you,
Joe Montana.
ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to the show today. This is Sports Talk with John and John. Fortunately, my two hosts are under the influence of some under the table cheap narcotics. I don't know what's going on. They must be drinking Flint water. So we'll get back to you after we get them drug tested.
That's incredible. Flint water. Flint water.
Really?
I honestly, I can't.
Dad.
I thought Aaron Rodgers should have been the name that I named that you guys said, like, oh man, I forgot about that guy.
No, nobody forgot about him.
What about him?
Nobody
I didn't
forgot
forget
about him.
I had left him off intentionally. I didn't forget about him. I knew about him.
63,000 yards, 116 interceptions, 503 touchdowns. I don't understand. Quarterback rating of 102.6. I don't understand. He only missed 7 games in his 18-year tenure with Green Bay.
Green Bay? Oh, he's still playing with Green Bay?
No, but when he was with Green Bay, he only missed 7 games. He was 147 and 75 and 1.
So you played with Green Bay for how many seasons again?
16? 17?
16. Oh, you played with
From
Green Bay for 17?
From 2005 to 2022.
Oh, so it's like 17 years, like a whole 17 years. So like somebody had a quinceañera and the time he played with Green Bay, right? They were born and had a quinceañera.
His first 3 years he didn't play.
Okay, so 14 years.
How about this?
That he played, right?
How about this? In a shorter span,
one Super Bowl, 14 years.
In Aaron Rodgers' lifetime of football, Dan Marino goes from 1983 to 1999 with 61,000 yards, 420 tutties. 420 tutties from 1983 to 1999, and he eclipses 4,000, almost 5,000 yards twice in his career. Almost 5,000 yards twice in his career. He leads the league.
Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers led the league in touchdowns. 48 touchdowns and 5 picks with a 70% completion rate. 40 touchdowns, 7 interceptions in 2016. 45 touchdowns, 6 interceptions in 2011.
Dan Marino had 48 touchdowns and 17 interceptions with a 108 passer rating. What are we saying here? 48 touchdowns and 17 interceptions and didn't miss a game and goes 14-2? Well, what are we saying here? What are we comparing?
Did he win the dance?
Of course not. They got mollywopped.
Okay,
they got mollywopped.
All right then.
You're not gonna beat Pittsburgh, by the way. You're not then.
Pad
You're not gonna beat Pittsburgh.
Pad static.
Oh, come on. Let it
Looks
go.
good. You didn't win. So it's just like Tom Brady.
And by the way,
They go 19-0 and then lose to the Giants. They go 19-0
Nah,
and
they
lose to
lost
the
against
Giants.
Joe Montana. That's against Joe Montana. They lost Super Bowl to Joe Montana.
No.
I'm talking about Tom Brady and Randy Moss. They go 19-0 and then lose to the Giants in Super Bowl. So who cares? That season's a failure.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
We're not talking.
Let me ask you a question. Who has more Super Bowl appearances? Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers?
Uh-oh.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking a question. No,
the Legion of Boom?
No. Who am I
Player for player.
Who has more Super Bowl appearances?
Player
Russell
for
Wilson.
player.
Who has more Super Bowl appearances? Russell Wilson, right?
That's correct.
Russell Wilson.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Hypothetically speaking, they're both over the hill, right? At this point in time, right? You'd assume Aaron Rodgers is washed right now, right? Okay, are you willing to say that? Are you willing to say
washed?
that?
No.
Is he washed? He's not washed? Okay,
No.
so you saying he still has Russell Wilson washed?
Russell Wilson's washed.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. If, by any stroke of imagination, Russell Wilson has a deeper playoff record than Aaron Rodgers at this point in time,
Don't do that.
will you basically... No, I'm just saying if. Will you basically say Aaron Rodgers is still your top five in your top five?
Aaron Rodgers is not leaving top five. He's the second best quarterback that ever played the game of
You've
football.
got to be
Oh,
smoking.
you got to be kidding me.
By the time...
I'm taking Johnny Unitas over Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. Since you want to do that, Jonathan. Since you want to do that. All right. Who has more Super Bowl appearances? You ready? Dad, you ready? Dan Marino or Kerry Collins?
We don't have.
Kerry Collins, baby.
It's
All right,
definitely
so
not.
take Kerry Collins over Dan Marino.
One.
Huh? They never... Neither one of the guys won, so you know what? I don't want to...
Kerry Collins has 208 touchdowns and 196 picks.
Michael, I need you to explain something to me. What is it about Aaron Rodgers that you place him in such esteem?
He has a high Madden rating.
You place him over Joe Montana. You place him over Elway.
Yes.
You know, you're placing him over my pick, Dan Marino. You're placing him over. Wow.
Aaron Rodgers is a sniper with the football. He is one of the most precise passers that ever played the game of football. He's a marksman. He's so football smart on the field. He can read defense, make throws. He's not careless with the football, and he could run. Aaron Rodgers is dotting you up.
And by the way, FYI, you know what he also has done? He actually has a home playoff loss. Do you know who? You know who beat him at home in the playoffs? You know who went to Lambeau and beat Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs at Lambeau? Eli Manning. Eli Manning, baby.
The Frozen game.
Eli Manning.
The Frozen
game.
Listen.
Eli has wins over all your best quarterbacks in the playoffs. He's done.
Aaron Rodgers. You said Aaron Rodgers. His best rushing was 369 yards. Come on, give me a break.
But Jonathan, could Aaron Rodgers use his legs when he needed to?
Come on, seriously.
I'd have put Ben Roethlisberger over Aaron Rodgers.
I would have too.
You're crazy.
I would have taken him.
Ben was just big.
Ben.
Okay. Was Aaron Rodgers a better runner than Peyton Manning?
Oh yeah, no question about it.
Was he better? Okay. Was he better than TB12?
Was he better than Lamar Jackson?
Was he better?
But he was better than
Russia. I mean, come on, Michael. Why are you even bringing up TB12 as a rusher? I mean, Tom Brady's his longest run in his life. Tom Brady's longest run is 22 yards. His longest run in his career is 22 yards.
Okay, so I'm going to be completely honest right here. You're starting a team. Is Peyton Manning or Aaron Rodgers your quarterback?
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning.
You guys are crazy.
What?
What?
You guys are crazy.
What?
I'm starting Peyton Manning over Aaron Rodgers.
Peyton Manning, one season, Peyton Manning threw 28 interceptions. Peyton Manning had 28 interceptions.
If I was starting a team, which one I would take?
Listen, Peyton Manning was good, but let's not get it misconstrued.
No,
Peyton Manning led the league in picks.
You've lost.
That's why.
Can I just read you something? Let me just read you something real quick. Let me read you something. Right. Listen.
I'm listening.
Here's Peyton Manning's touchdowns to interceptions. His first year, 26 and 28.
I'm looking at
disgusting. Next year, 26 and 15. It's disgusting. Next year, 33 and 15. It's disgusting. Next year, 26 and 23. Disgusting. Next year, 27 and 19. Disgusting. Next year, 29 and 10. Oh, not bad. Next year, 49 and 10. About time. Next year, 28 and 10. Not bad. 31 and 9. 31 and 14. 27 and 12. 33 and 16. 33 and 17. Only 1 year he didn't throw double-digit picks.
Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Here's the caveat to this. The caveat to this is that, you know what? Peyton Manning gets drafted out of Tennessee. Does he start as a rookie?
Yes.
I'm waiting. Okay, so Here's my question. Did Peyton Manning have time? Did they give Peyton Manning time to develop and cultivate as a rookie? Or did
Who was his father? Who was his father?
Wait, I don't want to. No, I don't. Did they say, we're throwing you to the wolves, Peyton, out here in Indianapolis? Did they do that? Yes or no?
Welcome to the NFL.
Aaron Rodgers sat behind, arguably at the time in his era, another top 5 quarterback, Brett Favre. He had 4 years to sit and behind Brett Favre and understand the game of football and to basically mature and cultivate. They developed him. By the time he started his first NFL game, he was like 27 years old. He had time to sit there and absorb the game. Peyton Manning, day one, you know what? Peyton, you're out there. Let's go. That's what you're doing. That's what they're. And by the way, Jim Mora was like the head coach too, if I'm not mistaken. I think right. Wasn't Mora the head coach? Right? I think so. Feed him to the wolves. Throw him to the wolves. You're
What
talking
makes
about
Peyton Manning a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers?
What makes Peyton Manning a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers is because Peyton demonstrated that, you know what, once he understands and grasps the game, that he had 100% command control over the offense, and on top of that, he was successfully able to lead his team to not one but 2 Super Bowls, winning one, losing one, without any help that preceded him. He came in and he had to learn it and grasp it himself. There was no infrastructure. The infrastructure had to be built around him. Brett Favre left.
Then how long does it take a quarterback to find? How long does it take a quarterback to find his way if he starts his first season? How long do you think it takes for him to mature and actually?
See. That's
I'm
a loaded question.
3 years.
But to me, that's a loaded question. The reason why it's a loaded question is because you know what?
So let's go 3 years. So we'll give him 3 years. His 4th year, 26 and 23. 5th year, 27 and 19. 6th year, 29 and 10.
Wait. Aaron Rodgers in his 4th year. Aaron Rodgers in his 4th year with Green Bay, he was 6 and 10. He was 6 and 10.
No. 6 and 10 in his 4th year Green Bay. No. Make sure he didn't play his first 3 years.
We're not going to compare.
First 3 years.
We're not going to compare.
He played 3 games. He played 3 games in 2005, 2 in 2006, and 2 in 2007. He was sitting behind
his first
Brett Favre.
His first full season wasn't until 2008. He played 16 games and he went 28 and 13. 28 and 13, and they were 6 and 10. Their record was 6 and 10. And then his next year, he was 11 and 5, and he went 30 and 7.
He threw 13 interceptions in his first full year starting. 13.
Okay, that's fine. So 1 year, full season, 13. Peyton threw 28.
Green Bay, before Aaron Rodgers got there, was a playoff caliber team. There was an expectation. Okay?
I'm not doing this. Real.
No, let's be real. There was an expectation. He came in there. Brett Favre was the guy. Brett Favre didn't want to release the reins. Brett Favre was still productive until they cast him away to Minnesota. We get it. Peyton Manning gets to Indy, and you know what? Indy is nothing. There's nothing on Indy. They're like, yo, Peyton, you know what? You're the guy. Congratulations. And he got his clock rocked. Those early years in Indy, he got rocked. He got beat up. Peyton was forged through fire and iron. Aaron Rodgers was basically handed the keys to the Ferrari. He just had to learn how to put gas in the tank. Nah, we're not going to do that. Nah. Peyton had to develop that team. The team was developed. Aaron Rodgers just had to follow a blueprint that was left.
I don't agree.
Well.
John, you know why? Peyton Manning. I don't think Aaron Rodgers. I think he had to get past Brett Favre, so he's only going to get on the field. He had to really work. He didn't like. He really worked his butt off to get on the field. Brett Favre was not giving it up. We're talking a legend. No. And Aaron Rodgers really did. He earned his way on the field. I'm just not putting him above some guys. I'm not going to take anything away from him.
You mean just like Jordan Love? Like Jordan Love had to basically earn his way in the field?
Aaron Rodgers was a better tutor to Jordan Love. Aaron Rodgers was a better tutor to Jordan Love than Brett Favre was Aaron Rodgers.
You see that word?
The first thing Brett Favre said to Aaron Rodgers when he came into the league is he said, "Oh, so you're the surfer kid, huh? Good luck." That's what he said to him. "Oh, you're the surfer kid. Good luck."
So there still is something to say that for the first 3 years you come in the league, you have an opportunity to carry the clipboard, learn and watch. There's still merit. There's still merit in sitting back and learning and watching and not being thrusted into the limelight and the spotlight and being told, okay, fend for yourself.
Okay.
That's like
I
saying, you know
think
what, Mike? I'll tell you what. You know what? I just put you in a car. You've never driven a car before. I just put you in a car, and I tell you, okay, time for you to drive a NASCAR.
Michael,
Or,
I need
you
to
know
tell
what?
you
I
something.
no.
cultivate you.
No, that's not the same, Jonathan, because
What do you mean?
no one comes into the NFL cold turkey, never throwing a football before. You've had over 1,000 reps of games before you come into the NFL. Aaron
Are you
Michael,
Rodgers
comparing
played
college?
college football.
Are you
He played
comparing
high school
college to the
football.
pros? Are you comparing college to pros? There's no
No,
comparison.
I'm not. But I'm
Absolutely not.
saying
No.
you're saying driving a car. Oh, I don't give you any reps driving a car. Just throw you behind the wheel of the car, say drive. No, that's not the same. That's not the same.
Oh, okay.
You have to say, okay, you drove a car, and now I'm putting you in a stick shift. If you want to say that, it's like, okay, at
No,
least
no,
I
okay.
know the
You're
basics
you're
of a
driving.
vehicle.
You drive a car, Mike. We drive. We have our licenses. Okay, tomorrow, you know what? You're going to be thrown into an F1 race. Are you ready? No, you're not. You know what
Okay,
I'm saying?
but it's not
Like
going to take
you're
me.
still
It's not going to
driving.
take me 5 races before I say, okay, I think I got this now.
It might take you 100 races.
No, man, not if
The,
not if not
Michael,
if
he
you're as
doesn't
good as
become
people expect
Hamilton,
you to
Richard
be.
Hamilton, and go from a driver's license
no,
to Formula One. I mean, there's a point at which we all have to,
that's like
learn
saying, you
our
know what?
ways.
I won a fist
Peyton
fight
Manning
before.
got
I'm
thrown
ready for
in
John
fire.
Jones.
Aaron Rodgers got a chance to sit back
No,
and he earned his way. I'll give him credit. But Peyton Manning, from day one, he was given it. You forget who was on that team. You forget who was coaching, and he was just giving it. Okay, be Peyton Manning. It took
yeah.
a
Well, he had
while
Marshall
to get
Falk
him.
for a little bit, but I mean, you know what? Then when they finally developed chemistry, they sent Marshall Falk to St. Louis, right when they started developing chemistry, and they were just like, oh, okay, well, you know what? You'll figure it out.
Marshall
Okay.
Falk was
Who was
traded
Peyton
in his
running? Who was Peyton
prime.
Manning's running back?
Edgerrin
Who was
James.
Peyton? He had Edgerrin James,
One of the
but
one of the greatest
he
running
didn't
backs to play
he
the
didn't
football
he
game.
didn't
Football.
he didn't
Question
win
about it.
he didn't win
Thank you.
he didn't win a ring with Edgerrin James though.
I'm just, but who was his running back? That's all I asked, Jonathan. I say if he won a ring with
Edgerrin
I just said who
James.
was his running back.
No,
Just like
I'm
you
not
said,
saying
oh,
anything wasn't Edge.
who was
No,
Devon? Who you said who was Aaron Rodgers throwing the football to? Who's receivers? And I said Devontae Adams. But I didn't say Devontae Adams didn't win a ring with him because Devontae Adams didn't win a ring with him. A ring with him.
Okay,
Edgerrin James,
so
Okay.
one of the greatest
Andrew
ever.
James was his running back for a long stretch of his career. He was throwing the ball to Marvin Harrison. He had the Super Bowl with Marvin Harrison. He
yeah,
had the Super Bowl with this tight
and
end.
Reggie Wayne
Peyton
and
Manning
Reggie Wayne.
had all the right pieces, Reggie Wayne, all the right pieces around him. But Peyton Manning still made a lot of mistakes. Did he or did he not make a lot of mistakes?
A
Throw a
lot.
lot of careless balls.
Look,
He
I'm
did
not
it
gonna.
over and over. Peyton
Okay,
Manning
I'm
could have won more Super Bowls,
here.
but he was careless. He was more
Here,
careless than TB12.
here's my
TB12
thing.
didn't make those type of mistakes.
Here's
That's
my
the
thing.
difference between the two. It
When
wasn't
I
that
look at a
TB12 was
quarterback,
stopping him. TB12
when
was
I
just
look
a
at a
better quarterback.
when I look at a quarterback, here's the
He's
thing.
right.
Here's my attitude. You can make mistakes. I'm not going to penalize you for making the mistake. I'll penalize you making the mistake and not ultimately still winning or correcting it. I'm not gonna take that away because here's the deal. You know what? I've seen quarterbacks go out there and basically throw 3 picks, but still manage to ultimately come out with the W. So I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like you know what, like in order for me to grade you, you have to be perfect in every aspect.
You know
I think
what?
part of the game, part of the game of my scrutiny is saying, you know what, I'll give you the mistake. What did you do after the interception? What did you do after you got smacked in the face? What did you do after the fumble? What did you do after the bad play? Did you dwell on it? Did you come back? Did you lead a touchdown winning drive? Did you? Right? Like, I mean, that's how I'm looking at it. Yeah, Tom, nobody's claiming Peyton Manning was basically, you know what, like God saving grace to quarterbacking and basically never made a mistake. That's a fallacy. But what did he do after the mistake? Hello? After the loss, what did he do? He won. You can't take that away from a guy.
But
Aaron
John, I will
Rodgers.
give Michael credit this, but TB12, and I think at least we uniformly agree with one thing. TB12 is we uniformly agree on number one, right? All of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hands down.
TB1 because
No argument.
TB12, yeah, TB12. you have a 22-year career, and he's never thrown over 14 interceptions in his entire career. He's never thrown in a
Nope.
year more than 14
Field
interceptions.
general.
And then we're talking about 650 of them things he threw. 650.
No, it'll never be broken.
Never
It'll never be
will
broken.
it be broken. 90,000 yards passing. TB12.
That might not never be broken either.
That's never gonna be broken. I'm sorry. 90,000 yards, 89,214 from what I'm reading. That's never gonna be broken. And then his completion ratio, it's game over. His completion ratio is off the chart. It's off the chart. He was clutch. It really is. It's unbelievable. And 335 games played. What
10
did we
Super
say?
Bowls, 7-3.
251 versus 82 over his career winning. 251 games versus 82 losses in 22 years. What the hell are we talking about here?
Yeah.
This is built different. If we go next on that list and you start talking about a Peyton Manning, even that doesn't really compare. But, 79,000 yards is not bad. But when we throw Aaron Rodgers into that mix, Michael, when you're putting him way up there, we're talking only 62,000 yards or maybe 63 at the most. The tutties, 503. I'll give him some rap on that, 503. But when you look at Peyton and the same in the tutties, we're talking 539 and a shorter career than Aaron Rodgers because he's still throwing them things. He's still throwing it right now. So he's added.
Shorter career, but how many interceptions? 539, how many interceptions?
Interceptions, 251.
Jeez.
Peyton Manning is 251. Peyton Manning is 251. Aaron Rodgers interceptions. I'm looking right at 116. So yeah, I can't complete in terms of all, but Aaron Rodgers has been sacked. Like this guy has really eat a lot of dirt. This guy's been sacked over 35 times, like 7 times in his career. 7 times. He's had 4 years or 5 years of over 40 sacks. But what are we saying here?
So it sounds like an offensive line problem.
It also sounds like a guy who's kind of holding the ball a little bit. Kind of holding the ball here a lot.